Hello to all my listeners on Mix FM Syria 105.7. I'm so happy to be doing this interview for you guys. To be honest, I don't really like to explain the meaning of each track because I want my listeners to interpret their each song their own way. But I'm gonna give you like a little summary. So emergency is kind of that urgent feeling of being consumed by someone. It's like an overwhelming attraction, and that's why we called it emergency, because it's like something so strong. It's that strong connection. Up All Night is actually the last song that I wrote for my album, and I was actually, during that period, I was listening to a lot of Afrobeat music, and I think that that's what influenced me to write such a track. And yeah, and so I was just like, you know what, maybe I actually also noticed that was the genre that I didn't have in my album, so I just decided to do it.
Full vocal performance doesn't need to captivate the listener's heart. Can you share what inspired you to write this song?
Well, I've always been very fond of ballads, like since childhood, and I think that was actually the closest to my style, just singing slow songs. And I've noticed that in my album, I didn't really have a strong ballad with a strong vocal performance to really captivate my listeners' hearts, and so I just decided, why not? And I think that was actually the easiest song to write, because for me it's really easy to song a ballad, to write a ballad, and to just kind of do something very powerful in a way. And so Friendship Wreck actually was recorded 4 years ago, literally at the beginning of my career. One of the first tracks that I recorded at the studio. And it was actually the first time that I was really connecting with my manager, Daniel, where he just asked me, like, share a very meaningful story that, you know, or something that you've been through and it was hard for you to move on from, because I've actually went through a friendship wreck, and that was very difficult for me. So I just kind of wrote that story down and we created a song. It's very special. To me as an artist, all I want is to connect with my audience the right way. And what I mean by that is making sure that I love what I write, and not only not only to please the listeners, but also to please my ears. I think we're the first listeners of our own songs. So to me, it's really staying true to myself by also captivating the hearts of the listeners in a very genuine, beautiful way. I think that's my main purpose, and making sure that I really transmit the right messages and sharing exactly what my purpose is. I have to say, it can be very difficult to follow the trends of the pop industry, because sometimes you just don't relate to that trend, and you just want to discover other genres and other styles, which is why I created that album, and I also called it Identity Crisis, because I just wanted to discover different genres and not really focus on something specific. And so it has been pretty difficult, but I make sure that I balance staying true to myself and also making sure that it resonates with my audience. My favorite singers, that's gonna be difficult, but I have to say Alicia Keys, Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Whitney Houston, Timbaland, Amy Winehouse, Billie Eilish, and right now, recently, I've been listening to Nika and Snow Allegra and Cleo Sol. What I love about these artists is that they're just extremely genuine with their sound, as genuine as they are as humans and artists, and I think that I love that. And in their music, there's a story to tell every single time. There's a beat that's super catchy, and I've been very much influenced by their music in so many ways.
What's your message for your listeners in the Middle East, and especially already have a huge fan base in Lebanon and Syria, and your listeners on Mix FM Syria?
Well, to all my listeners in the Middle East, especially in Lebanon and Syria, I just want to say thank you, because your energy really drives my music, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for being so supportive. And I'm so happy to be a part of your world and and everything.
Fading in, fading out. Baby, look at what you've done. Came along and shut me down. Dangerous when you touch. Mama warned me about your love. Thought I had you figured out, yeah. Ooh, baby, did I take too much? Ooh, tell me how much is enough? You keep on giving me that rush. Got my body heating up for you. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. Ooh boy, you got me so high, no lie, I'm falling for you tonight.